welcome back to my channel. NMIXX is back with Crescendo. I'm so excited to see what the girls are up to, so let's go ahead and get started. Ooh.
No question, had to tell and value. 사라지는 배경 담조는 우주. 빛은 silent cry. 네 짙은 잠겨 날 괴롭히고 all day. 다 잊어버려 어느새. Crescendo 꿈처럼 속삭여줘. 귓가에 velvet texture. 기꺼이 서로를 안고 어두운 밤을 밝혀.
There's lots of depth in this and texture. That was cool. Wow. Ooh. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, from the beginning, it sounded like it was like a sing-songy, something that you would do when you were a little kid, right? But it wasn't. It was the way that kind of melodic electronic part was happening in the background. First and foremost, this was so cool. I want to go back and listen to it like 5 more times, like immediately, because there was so much that was happening, especially vocally. You guys know that I'm huge on vocals because I am a vocalist, and they did so incredibly much. The textures that they created with their voices were so interesting. And I love that this is called Crescendo, and they actually crescendoed the entire song. So that was so like interesting how that happened from the very beginning. You know, they even talked about decrescendoing in the very beginning, and then it just kept increasing until the very end, which I absolutely loved. I think that was a great and smart choice that they did. The pre-chorus, it was interesting too, because at first I wrote down that I thought that this was a pre-chorus, but I'm not sure that any of this was. I mean, I do think that it had a chorus because it had that repeating part with what was the words? Let me see if I can go back. Oh my God, out of control. That part repeated, you know, several times throughout, but at first I was like, oh, this is a pre-chorus, but no, it just felt like a different part to the song. Rather than like verse, chorus, pre-chorus, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, kind of like a normal form. It felt like everything was all together, and it was more like it just had a repeating part rather than it being following to a specific form. I'm sure if I listened enough to it, I probably could pick out a form, but upon first listen, it really wasn't separated like that. And I actually think that's a really good thing, because I think that bringing those textures together in the way that they did was so freaking incredible. I just love how you know, it played with the drums. I thought that was really interesting. You know, towards the beginning, it started off very, very soft, right? And then it had what I felt like was a pre-chorus, but I don't think it actually was, how it pulled away from the drums. And then we had this pause going into this chorus where it was a ton of group sing and all of the harmonic parts and textures that were coming out from it. And then in the second verse, I was like, okay, it's going to go back, you know, to what we heard before. It really didn't. It stayed with that group, the kind of, you know, growing sound that was happening, but it didn't go into a pre-chorus. It went into like this group sound sing again, and which again I think was the chorus, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. The texture was getting louder. One lyric that I noticed repeating, "You're here for me, I'm here for you," like just kept growing. And then we had towards the end a little pause before it went into that chorus again. And actually, the more that I think about it, those little pauses that happened throughout were really, really interesting, because it was like they were building up anticipation and volume and texture all at the same time. So the pause, I feel like, was just a moment for your brain to be like, really? Like catch up and try to figure out what just happened. So I really think that if you go back and you listen to this like several times, every single time you're going to hear something different. You're going to hear, you know, one of the girls' voices a little more. You're going to catch something in the instrumental, and it just makes for a really interesting sound. And NMIXX has been doing a lot with playing around with different sounds and textures and concepts, and I love them for that. Like, I think it's so intriguing and so interesting, and again, I just cannot wait to go back and hear this particular song several times, because I know I'm going to discover something new every single time, and that for me makes music really exciting. But tell me your guys' thoughts down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or music video? I definitely, with the music video, really enjoyed the light aspect, because, you know, it was crescendoing the entire time. I loved how within the song, I'm just kind of going through and looking at it, it played with like these light and dark elements, but it not dark as so much shadows. It was kind of playing around with all of that, and I thought that was really, really intriguing. So, and I know you guys like, there's a lot of information that comes behind the scenes and that kind of thing. So if you guys know any of that, let me know, because I know when we were doing like Blue Valentine and the lead up to that, you guys were telling me about what the song's meaning was and all of that kind of stuff. So I'd love to hear that as well. So let me know down below. But tell me your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.